as musicians, or wanting to be musicians, or even young people that are already musicians that really want to be on stage, is don't shut yourself off. Don't think that punk rock is the end all be all like I did for a while. Don't think that prog rock is better than everything else because those guys are the best musicians in the world, because we all know that's not true. And that brings me to my next topic, is that being at this bluegrass festival, something that it's really taught me or shown me is that the facility of musicianship that resides at this festival blows my mind every year. Like, the amount of musicality is overwhelming, completely overwhelming. And when I was a kid, learning how to play drums, like Neil Peart and Bill Bruford and some of these like really upper echelon technical players were like my bluegrass. Those were like the guys that, like, I see a lot of parallels in prog rock music that I do in bluegrass music. Like, the amount of freaking notes these guys have to play during a set is unreal, and the speed of which and the accuracy in which they play them in. And you don't just wake up one day and do that. That's not like I'm just gonna sit in my room and just go, it doesn't work that way. Same thing with drums. You don't just get behind a drum kit and play Tom Sawyer the first time out, It doesn't work that way. So, practice was everything for me. I neglected school, I neglected going to college and learning how to read music, and I only took one drum lesson from a woman that completely intimidated me. I never went back like this sexist 13-year-old kid who didn't want to be taught by a girl. It was just the stupidest thing ever, because she was awesome. She was such a good drummer. She taught me how to play Full in the Rain by Led Zeppelin, and changed my life forever. I was like, well, I can't go back to her. She's better than me, So, I feel like I'm talking a lot. I definitely want to open up the floor to questions, if anyone has any questions.
You choose to hold your sticks like you do. Have you ever played the other way with the traditional stick?
I've always toyed with it. To be honest with you, when I first saw Stuart Copeland play, the Police's drummer, he plays traditional, and he has this fire when he plays that I think wouldn't look as cool if he played match grip. So I always wanted to look like him when I played, but it just hurts. I think I have to train for that. And I can play match grip with brushes really comfortably, but when I go to sticks, it has to be a mellow tune. I couldn't play Talk on Indolence match grip. My stick would fly out of my hand. I just couldn't do it, But I do recommend it. I think it's really good. I think it looks awesome, and that's a silly thing to say, but the thing about it that I think is so cool is the dynamic ability you have with it, in terms of rim shots. Like, when you really want to lay one in, it's so easy to do that, and it's so much more comfortable to do it that way, as opposed to trying to do this kind of thing. This motion is so much easier to do it in. So do use it. It's funny you should say that, because when I was called, in 2010, I was called by Scott and Steph to play on their first Letterman appearance. They played a song called I Am Loving You. And when I got there, I thought to my friend said, I'm going to challenge you to play traditional grip on TV. I was like, you're nuts. No way I'm going to do that. Like, my grandma's going to kill me, And I did it. And he actually paid me $100, which was great. But it was painstaking. Like, getting through it was painstaking.
Is it like Whiplash, you have to put Band-Aids on?
No. Actually, I did actually have to put Band-Aids on my hands, but it wasn't from practice. It was from playing punk rock shows, playing really aggressively in these really hot rooms where I had to hold on for dear life because my hands were so sweaty. I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that my hands bled for hours and my eyes were bleeding. This is why this is happening to me. But I practiced a lot. Fortunately, I didn't have a lot of blood, but not practicing anyway. But anyway, any more questions? Anybody else got anything? Yes, sir.